Hello, sports fans. We are ready for Super Bowl 53 from Hotlanta in the league where they play for pay. As we have made it to another Super Bowl. How fast did the year go by? I just remember talking about the Carolina-Denver Super Bowl. That's years ago. It's going way too fast. The NFL goes by really quickly as we are in another Super Bowl, and this should be a really good game where you have the New England Patriots -2.5 against the LA Rams. New England gets it done again. They're back in the Super Bowl. Unbelievable job by the Patriots. Year after year after year. Brady is ageless. Belichick fantastic. All the turnover, all the new players, and they still find ways to get it done. Remember, they started very slowly this year. You didn't think they were going to have a good season, and here they are back in the Super Bowl. And next year when the Patriots are 1-3 and they're playing like the Dolphins who are 3-1, don't anyone message me and say New England's done, the sky's falling, Brady's, finished. Don't anyone message me. New England will find a way next year to be in the hunt as well. What a tremendous job by the Patriots. I mean, I know there's a lot of Patriot haters out there, and a lot of people are sick of seeing them in the Super Bowl. You have to respect what they're doing. I mean, my goodness, this is ridiculous. Year after year, they're finding ways to get into the Super Bowl. They win a wild shootout in Kansas City. They win the game in overtime. So just a remarkable job by the Patriots. Real quick on Kansas City, the future is bright for the Chiefs. Listen, I know the loss was bitter at home, another bitter loss for Andy Reid. The Chiefs are going to be good for the next decade. I mean, with this quarterback, Mahomes, their offense is going to be lights out for the next decade. They need to work on the defense. They'll address that. The Chiefs are going to be heard from in the next decade. I know this loss hurts, but a bright future for Kansas City. But again, it's all about New England this week. Unbelievable job by the Patriots yet again. And as far as the LA Rams, they beat the Saints in overtime in a very controversial game. We all know about the no call and how the NFL may change the rules and all that kind of stuff. What people are not talking about, listen, everyone's talking about the no call and how the Rams were resilient. And the Rams were. They came back a bunch of times in this game. They showed a lot of intestinal fortitude. What nobody is talking about in this game is the Saints had multiple chances to win this game and put this game away early. The Saints were up 13-0 in this game at home. The Saints were up 20-10 in this game at home. The Saints were up 23-20 after the bad, no call. First of all, once the Saints got down there, I did not like those play calls at all. They should have ran it 3 times, taken all the time off the clock, and left the Rams very little time to get back down the field. So I did not like the Saints play calling there at all, especially on first down and third down. And remember, I thought they were lucky to get down there in the first place. Breeze through that, pop up in the air that should have been knocked down or picked off. Instead, it's a completion. So I thought the Saints got a break on that. I also was surprised at 20-17 Saints that the Rams didn't go for it. 4th and 1. They decided to kick, the tying field goal. The Rams have been gutsy all year. Thought they would go for it there. But a lot of people not talking about how the Saints had multiple chances to win this game. Listen, all right, bad no call. You're up 23-20 in your building. Make a stop. Make a stop. And you're actually lucky the Rams didn't score a touchdown there because the receiver fell down or else he scores. All right, we go to overtime. Saints get the ball. You want to be a great team. You want to be a Super Bowl team. You have Drew Brees. You have the ball in your building. Go down and score. Forget the no call. Go down and score a touchdown, end the game. Or go down, kick a field goal, then hold the Rams. Or at the very least, punt the ball deep into Ram territory. Saints did none of that. What they did is they threw an interception, and then they let the Rams get into field goal range and win the game. And I know Saint fans are going to be angry with me and all that, and I'm not saying it wasn't a bad no call. It was. The Saints still had multiple chances to get the job done in this game. And I thought the Saints were a very likable team this year. I said very little bad about the Saints this year. This is not anti-Saints. But it wasn't just about that one no call. Like I said, they're up 13-0. They're up 20-10. They're up 23-20. They had the ball in overtime. I mean, bad play calling, I thought, at the end of the game. I mean, I thought it was bad play calling. Should have ran the ball 3 times, taken all the time off. You kick the field goal and you leave the Rams with very little time. I didn't like the play calling at all there on 1st and 3rd down. So I thought the Saints still had multiple chances to get things done, despite the no call. And you got to give the Rams credit. They had a lot of resolve in this game. It was 13-0, and you're sitting there going, the Rams are going to get blown out. At 20-10, Troy Aikman basically gave up on the game. He said basically if the Rams didn't score in the next possession, the game was over. I mean, so give the Rams a lot of credit. Remember, the Saints had, what did they have, 20 points, early in this game? They only scored 3 points the rest of the game. They didn't score a lot of points, in the second half. Rams kind of did some good things on defense. And the Rams do have good defensive players. Donald, Sue, they got some guys in the secondary that can do some things. So give the Rams credit for hanging in there, finding a way to win. I know it was a bad no call for the Saints. It's a bitter pill for the Saints as well, especially after last year, the way they lost to Minnesota. But the Saints did have other opportunities here. Like I said, they're up 23-20 in your building, less than 2 minutes to go. Make a stop. Or tie game in overtime, you get the ball, go down and score. Go down and score. They didn't do that. They threw an interception. So the Saints did have chances despite the no call. Anyway, as far as this game, I told you last week both games were going to be fantastic. They were too close to call. I took New England and the Rams in a 2-team teaser, and I won. I won both ways. This game will be the same way. This game can go either way. This is a fascinating matchup, this game. It really is. You got New England, the old guard against the new school of the Rams, the veteran quarterback against the young gun, the veteran coach against the new school coach. Interesting to see that Patriot offensive line, which has been good, against the Ram defensive front, which can be ferocious. Interesting to see the Ram offense against the Patriot defense. Remember, the Patriots last year in the Super Bowl did nothing on defense. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They're going to have to do a little something in this game. And they played pretty well against the Chiefs up until, the midway through the 4th quarter. Then it was getting wild. And by the way, one other note on the Rams and the Saints. Gurley didn't play for much of that game, oh, by the way, and the Rams still found a way to get back in the game. So Todd Gurley, one of the best players in football, wasn't even on the field a lot of that game. So again, Saints had their chances. And by the way, Gurley will play in the Super Bowl. I heard a lot of people saying, is Gurley going to play? He came back at the end of the 4th quarter. You don't think he's going to play 2 weeks from now? I mean, come on, people. Pay attention. Gurley will play. This is going to be a fascinating Super Bowl. You have a lot of good stuff in this Super Bowl. How good is the Patriot defense going to play? Are they going to do anything? They did nothing last year. Remember the whole Butler, he sat out, and that whole controversy. Patriots did nothing against the Eagles on defense. The Eagles just torched the Patriots last year. Patriots did nothing on defense. They're going to have to do a little something this year. That offensive line for the Patriots, how are they going to stack up against that Ram defensive front? Interesting battles. How's Goff going to play? Young quarterback, Super Bowl, bright lights. How's he going to play? Brady's going to play well. Interesting stuff. The way to play the game to me is move the line to 8.5 and take the Rams, and then push the line down in a 2-team teaser and bet it over. I think the over and under is wide. 56 or something like that, around there, 56, 57. Move it down and then bet the over. You got to think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game. Retractable dome in Atlanta, perfect conditions. Both teams can move the ball. The Patriots can be spotty on defense. Rams have played better on defense in the playoffs, but they can give up their points too. You have to think this is going to be a high-scoring game. You got to think it's going to be close. Just about all the Patriot games in the Super Bowl, one way or the other, win or lose, have been close. They've all come down to the wire. Whether it be Seattle or Atlanta or Philadelphia, they've all come down to the end. This should be no different. So to me, I like the Rams in a teaser plus 8.5. Move the line down as far as the over and under, and then bet the over. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored. This game could go either way. It should be a fascinating Super Bowl. Should be a really, really good Super Bowl. You really can go either way with this game. So flip of the coin. I told you that last week, and both games went into overtime. And you could have easily had a Kansas City Saints Super Bowl. Easily. Easily could have had that. This game is going right down to the end, just like so many New England Patriots Super Bowls before. We'll see who gets the job done, but it should be a fascinating way to close out the season. Should be tremendous. There you go. You guys are all caught up. You guys are all set for the Super Bowl. I'll be back with you guys next week. I'll cover some other sports topics. You know, I've been wanting to rant about other sports topics for a while. I'll do that next week. Week after, recap the Super Bowl. Then after that, we'll take a couple weeks off. We'll do some March Madness. And we'll play it by ear the rest of the way. I mean, I like to talk about all sports, but I know this is a big betting show. It's a big football show. Once we get past football and March Madness, you know, a lot of you don't like to talk hockey or NBA or, you know, baseball or anything like that. It's a big, heavy football betting show. So we'll see going forward what we're going to do. We'll be back next week. We'll touch on some other sports topics. Recap the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. I will do my March Madness picks when the brackets come out, and we'll go from there. But there you go. Should be a great Super Bowl. Should be competitive. Should go either way. Looking forward to it. I don't like the week off. Got to wait 2 weeks, but it should be a good matchup. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks as always for the support. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. Pick a lot of winners. Make a lot of money. I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Take care.